the new show that has awakened women everywhere and have men feeling more understood. You may call Stacey Dash a coon amongst other things, but find out why Morgan Freeman agrees with her. Nope, not Kylie or DJ Khaled, but two Snapchatters you must follow. And my Grammy red carpet predictions. This is Kalima Cam. Okay, you guys, so you know how the OWN network has many hits, Super Soul Sunday, The Haves and the Have-Nots, Masterclass. Well, now they have added a new show with a concept similar to Steve Harvey's book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, but this time, the spotlight is on Rev Run and Tyrese. Two men, same experiences, different perceptions, called It's Not You, It's Men. On one side, you have Rev Run, who has a superstar past, plus a humble family man. Nearly opposite, you have Tyrese, single superstar, who has statistically justified reasoning on why, what, and who we are in relationships as well, which provides another modern day wisdom perception. In the first episode, the subject was sex before marriage. Now you can imagine Rev Run and Tyrese bump heads on that subject. Tyrese argued that it's best to slow down, get to know people, get to know who you're in love with, test it out, find out if you guys are compatible mentally as well as intimately. He says when things are rushed and you get married and you find out that there's something lacking within the relationship, there's a failed marriage, which he points out the high rate of divorces to support that reasoning. He says celibacy is okay because you have no reference to what you're missing, therefore no value of sex at all. But that's also why the reality of that person hits harder after the lavish nuptials are over. Jordin Sparks was a guest on the show and she challenged Tyrese's opinion on the importance of sex.
I get married, there's tents and balloons and horse and carriage, and then we make love the first night, and I'm like, yo, I have no idea what just happened.
But I think there's something to be said about building a relationship without that, because it complicates so many things. And there's a lot to be said for getting to know somebody mind, soul, heart, and body last, and being able to feel all of that and experience all of that, and then that just becomes the most amazing bonus.
This episode was so exciting to watch, not only because of the different personalities and perceptions, but because of the subjects. It's not going to be safe and fluffy. They're going to have some controversial and highly opinionated guests in this season. Amber Rose and Iyanla Vanzant are two of the guests I cannot wait to watch. And speaking of strong and controversial personalities, guess who else is making controversial statements? No, not Donald Trump, Stacey Dash.
If we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard. Just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period. That's it.
I already know you guys have heard about it, but did you hear Charlemagne the God's response? On his donkey of the day, he kind of went in. He says there's nothing wrong with people celebrating their own culture. He loves being in diverse places, meeting diverse people, eating diverse food.
All these different cultures living here, there's nothing wrong with the individuals in this country recognizing and celebrating themselves. You also need to know that niche programming, like BET, that's not segregation either. Telemundo is a Spanish-speaking language station. We is Women's Entertainment Network. Logo is for the LGBT community. Why we gotta get rid of Black History Month? Do you want us to get rid of Women's History Month? What about Asian Pacific Heritage Month? What about Hispanic Heritage Month? What about Jewish Heritage Month? What about Italian Heritage Month? What about National American Indian Month?
He said everything else in America is tailor-made for white people. He said we don't even got a black skin band-aid. Now social media has gone crazy, especially in the African American community, agreeing with Charlemagne the God. The truth is, people hate to see an African American not supporting things that more than likely open doors for them. It just makes Stacey looks selfish and unappreciative of the platform that she's been provided through jobs like The Game, Single Ladies. The Inquisitor reported that some years ago on 60 Minutes, Morgan Freeman mentioned how Black history is a meritocracy American history, and it shouldn't be limited or celebrated for just 1 month. It should be limitless. If you think about it, he has a point. Like Charlemagne the God said, if America is tailor-made for white people, then that means their culture is limitless. Why is it that African Americans are not on that same level? The actual definition of unity is to be joined as a whole. How are we the United States if we're not able to celebrate all cultures in a unified way? So although I do see where Stacey Dash was coming from in the sense of we must be unified and not focus on one culture, instead begin to join together as a whole, we simply can't discredit the fact that if it weren't for platforms that focus specifically on minorities, more than likely we wouldn't get any airtime in society. When Viola Davis said the only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity, she wasn't saying that because she had been booking jobs right and left for decades of her career. She was saying that because of the lack of opportunity provided. Unfortunately, the lack of diversity in television has become a huge controversy due to the fact that unless it's BET, this face won't be shown. I mean, you've heard about the hashtag Oscars All White controversy, where there's no African Americans nominated for an Oscar. And it's 2016, people. Well, thank God the SAG Awards was a completely different subject. They clearly understand and value the importance of diversity. When there's a lack of diversity, that's when the stereotype begins. There's no way to show different aspects of a personality or of a race or of a culture if you're only giving sort of a one-track mind to that subject. Jeannie Mai, also co-host of The Real, said that she needed to see minorities in order to believe she could succeed. If Stacey would have just acknowledged the awareness of the value that BET and other platforms have had in her career and others, and then added her perception, people probably would have respected her opinion a lot more. I won't lie, I was and occasionally still am here for DJ Khaled and Kylie Jenner Snapchats. But they don't want you to follow Charlemagne the God on Snap. Of course, Snapchat is an inside look on people's lives, almost like a mini reality show. But Charlemagne the God provides wisdom, and of course his instigative cracks, as we all know him to be. If you've ever seen his show, Uncommon Sense, genius. It's literally 50% of what I wish Kalima Cam would be. It's the perfect balance between making you think and having fun. He calls it righteous ratchet wisdom, but I don't agree with that. Nothing wise can be ratchet, and nothing ratchet can be wise. The other Snapchatter, Lil Duval.
DJ Khaled is the only nigga I know that exercise every fucking day but still gains weight. What the fuck is he doing? Nigga, what is Chef G cooking for you? Weight gainer, nigga?
He's famous for What That Mouth Do, Where About, and his latest, Drop Some Dick Off.
Just got a haircut, so you know what that means. It's time to go drop some dick off. That's what I do. When I get a haircut, I drop dick off. Who need dick dropped off?
He's one of those Snapchats that you make sure you watch and you could watch all day because it's just that funny. If you already follow him on Instagram, you can only imagine how much better his snaps are, even if it's just 10 seconds. Speaking of expressing one's talents, Grammys are right around the corner. Time for my red carpet predictions. So the Balmain Line 2016 are not just looks, they are looks of art, as always. So if I were to dress 5 Grammy nominees, it would be Tamar, Ellie Goulding, Meghan Trainor, Nicki Minaj, and Taylor Swift. And I have a 2016 Balmain look that would be perfect for every single one of them. First, Tamar. It would be this see-through beaded skirt. It's classic Balmain, and it is sexy, yet chic. Okay, for Ellie Goulding, I love to see Ellie sparkle like that voice. It's a metallic gold that would make her body look like melting metal, just sliding down her curves. Another one I could see her in, which would definitely shut the red carpet down, would be this whimsical fishnet dress with a roping texture. It's very edgy and sort of rock and roll, but at the same time sexy and sophisticated. Okay, Meghan Trainor. Stylists seem to always go towards the all black, safe look for heavier set women. But she looks amazing. As long as she's confident with wearing a wild piece, she should go for it. My favorite color is purple, and I could see her in this purple ruffled skirt with this sort of see-through black top. She can put a different top with it. I think maybe a nude or another color that isn't so busy, and let the skirt do the talking. This is perfect for Meghan Trainor because it's unexpected and it's exciting without going too far. I think Nicki's beautiful. Obviously her body is well invested in. No shade, no shade. But it's perfect. It's not normal. And I hate that she always does the normally safe look. Of course we expect someone with big boobs, flat tummy, and a butt to wear effortless fashion. But I think that Balmain would do her body good. For one, this other roping dress would be perfect on her. Nicki already has a sexy body. She doesn't need to wear something short in order to show it off. I love how it's covered, but yet see-through, so there's a little more curiosity to her figure. Plus this greenish brown color would be perfect on her complexion. Another dress is another structured dress with roping detail in all white, but the shoulders give it a very sexy edge. It says powerful, sophisticated, and drop-dead gorgeous. Nicki could kill it in these two looks. Last but not least, Taylor Swift. I think Taylor always gets it right. She actually just wore a white Balmain jumpsuit, and she wears the designer often. But to me, the white jumpsuit was nice, but it wasn't a shut it down moment. I could see her wearing it for a performance or something, but not for the red carpet as her entrance. The entrance look that her body is craving for is this other, wait for it, roped detail that would be so unexpected for her. It's a nude gold color, which would be perfect on her complexion as well, and the crossbody look is classy enough for the 7 Grammy-nominated star.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I'm always looking for your feedback. Make sure you follow me at Kalima Music Art Wisdom. And don't forget, overall, it's all over love.